What's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. Happy Sunday to everyone. Okay, I hope StreamYard is working out with your girl. Guys, I wanted to come on right quick before I go visit my granny for the weekend. I'm super excited about that. But this is a video I've been meaning to do for a very long time. This is the best lotion, by the way, in the world. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Um, it's lemon lotion. But anyway, smells amazing. As you come in, I want you to tell me where you are watching from. I do not care if you are a live or why does it say this page isn't responding? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you please let me know if you hear me? Tell me where you're watching from, regardless of whether you are a live or replay viewer. I want to know city, state, and drop your district, say your circuit. Okay, that's what I want you guys to do when you come on the channel from now on. As much as you know where you live, I want you to know what jurisdiction you fall under should you need to go to court, okay, to get them coins. Drop your district, say your circuit. If you know what I don't know what I'm talking about, to the handy dandy Googler, right? And say what circuit or district is Georgia in. Okay, drop your district, say your circuit in the comments down below. My name is Camille Prosperity. You can find me over at hellocamille.com. Seriously, you can get to me everywhere from there. And in this video, I am tackling a topic that is super controversial because there is so much. Hey, Karen Manguchi, did I say that right? You're in North Dakota. Awesome. Don't know a lot of people in North Dakota. What circuit or district is North Dakota, Karen? I want you to find out. Annie Taylor, what's going on? Tarrant County, what's your district? Drop your district. Say your circuit. Hey, Gabrina, my Trini sister. I know, long time, girl. I've had my head down with the mentees. We've been digging deep and doing a lot of work, but I don't want to neglect the YouTube audience. Hopefully this year I can get on a schedule. You guys can know when I'm going to drop content and we can sync up more because I love the interaction. Thank you for being here right now. If you guys stay throughout the entirety of this video, I'm gonna tell you right now, some of y'all not gonna like my answer to this question. Are late payments illegal? Some of y'all are going to have a lot to say about this. A lot of the replay viewers are going to have a lot to say about this. I already anticipate that. That's fine. I'm not here to say things that make you happy. I'm here to say the truth as I know it and have seen it play out. Now, if that ever changes, I'll come back and redact or apologize or whatever I need to do for what I said. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to tell you how I see it right now. Okay. Karen said, oh, I was close. Oh man, you got to put the phonetic, how I pronounce it. Beautiful name. I'm very interested in how to say it correctly. In the origin, I'm very interested in it. I actually have my government last name is very, very neat. So that's kind of like my thing, trying to get people's names right. All right. Yeah, I know Annie is in Texas. That good food. Yes, Karen looked it up. Okay, so many people don't take action or even engage or participate with viewers with YouTube videos. They just come on and take, but they don't give. So in case y'all don't know, North Dakota, now I didn't verify this, but Karen says it's the 8th Circuit. I'm just happy that you said Mangouche. All right, now I see it. Mangouche. Awesome, Karen Mangouche. That is very beautiful, Karen. Okay. So guys, we're gonna get into this because y'all know y'all have me talking. And I gotta go see my granny. I done told you. So what I want to do today is talk about something that a lot of people talk about, especially in this economic environment right now. Money is tight for a lot of people. Oh, and if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe of this video. Like, share, and subscribe the video. Let me go ahead and stop that banner from scrolling because I want us to focus right now. Let me share with you guys. A few days ago, I put up one of the Credit Crushers quiz questions. Try that for alliteration. One of the Credit Crushers quiz questions was, are late payments illegal? Because especially right now where money is super duper tight, very, very restricted. People are, interest rates are high. People are like, man, I don't have money to pay the bills. And so, um, this was a simple true or false question. Are you guys hearing feedback? I'm hearing something. Do y'all hear that clicking? I've never heard that before. That is so strange. It's annoying too. It just stopped. Okay, good. So, our late payments are illegal. That's what it was. That's what the question. That's how the question was worded here, and it was a true or false. Gabrina said, "I would say no," meaning false. She would say that late payments are not illegal. But this is something that is going around the internet. It has been for some time. There's a lot of stuff going around the internet actually in the consumer protection space. And one of the things I did with my mentorship is I merged, it's not just focusing on consumer protection. It's because consumer protection laws have to do with what? Credit. So I see a lot of people wanting to learn the laws, enforce the laws, but they don't even have a very, very basic understanding of credit principles and the foundation surrounding credit. They don't want to touch the credit stuff, but they want to enforce consumer laws. That's so weird to me. That's so weird to me. That's like you wanting to get a house, but you don't want to understand your credit report. I don't understand that. But yeah. So are late payments illegal? You will have some people that will say, no, they're not illegal. Y'all, I have heard some people, and be very, very careful between consumer protection educators and consumer protection marketers. Some of you guys are out here listening to marketers, and I get it because you see them everywhere. They're doing ads. They got a lot of products. They got a lot of things going on. But what are the actual results? I will tell you right now, if you get on someone's live and all they do is read the laws to you, they don't really answer questions. And sometimes it can be hard to answer questions because some questions are specific to your geographic area, right? And that's why I want you to know your circuit, your district, look up case law in those areas, get a feel for how the judges in those areas rule. There are some areas where judges are really strict on you proving emotional distress. There are other areas where judges are not. So you want to know if you're in an area where your judge requires you to have an expert witness or things of that nature versus an area where they kind of sort of just take your word for it. It makes a difference in your case, in the financial reward, and things of that nature. Does this make sense? Drop yes in the comments down below if it does. But for me, I don't ever like to just tell y'all stuff, tell you the answer. Oh, it's yes, or it's no. No, I like to point you to where you can go and dig deeper for yourself. And let me tell you right now, Gabby is right. Late payments are not illegal, y'all. Late payments are not illegal, y'all. And you have some people out here, and I really wanted to do this in video form because I'm seeing a lot of people get their cards shut down, get adverse actions that they don't know how to defend, and they're taking hits on their credit report in many other areas that are they're taking a small problem like one late payment and blowing it up. They're exacerbating it into this much larger problem because they try to go out here and be, consumer protection Wonder Woman, consumer protection Superman, and enforce rights that they don't even have. Completely in the wrong and strong, but talking big and bad. Now, are there people who have been able to get late payments off of their credit reports? Absolutely. But y'all, let me be very clear with you. If you are legitimately late, they don't have to remove that late payment. They do not. It's at their discretion. And this usually works when you only have one 30-day late. And it also depends on your communication skills, right? If you're like, I had a hard time, people don't care about your situation, okay? This is how the banks and the creditors make money, on your hard times, okay? So pulling at the heartstrings, you're writing the CEO of a company. You're not writing a Yala Razan, okay? They don't care nothing about your sob story. You think the CEO of a company who's pulling out $12 million a year cares that you only make 30 grand and got 6 kids? They don't. They really don't. Okay? However, if your letter says something to the point of, hey, I've been with your company for, 10 years, whatever the case may be, I did not realize that when my bank account got hacked and I had to close that account and open a new one. I forgot to put my automatic payment with you guys. This is my only 30-day late ever. I really like this card. I like the perks. I want to use you guys more, but this is really hurting me. You want to go into it with a business mind and almost like a negotiation, not a sob story, Maury Povich type ordeal. But there are some people who have been successful with goodwill letters and getting late payments off of their credit report, but it's not a guarantee. And so let me show you how a lot of y'all are getting this twisted, listening to other people thinking that it is illegal. And there are a lot of people, guys, people that are like me that do videos. If you do enough videos, you're going to talk better and better. Okay. So don't get caught up in the hype of somebody sounding good or giving you a bunch of motivation. It's time you take back your life. You have to do this for your family, for your children. The buck stops here. You are the one to break the curse of generational curses, and don't let somebody be your hype man. Okay? And have you out here, dang, I hear the ticking again. And have you out here looking crazy. Now, I have literally heard, can you guys hear me clearly? What is that ticking? Do y'all hear that ticking? Oh my goodness. So I have literally seen people quote this, like be in an interview or on a podcast, and they don't pull it up on the screen, but they'll say, the USC says that they read that first line. A creditor may not, and they stop on the not and emphasize the not. A creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose. And they will say this in an interview and they'll recite it out of memory. And you guys are sitting there in the audience saying, huh? And then you go and look it up and you see that first line that they said, and y'all just stop reading there because that's where they stopped talking. But what you do not do is you do not continue to read. It says it may not treat a late payment on whatever as late for any purpose, comma, unless, like, how do we forget the comma unless? That means we have an exception. We have an exclusion. That means that the comma means that the statement continues. Now, if it were a period, the person would have a point. What's going on, my friend? They said, say that again. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm so tired of this because y'all are seeing stuff on the internet and people are filtering out their comments. Therefore, here's what I mean. And I talked to the Credit Crushers about this. I have had people say, well, I go to this person's page and everybody's saying good things. As a YouTuber, let me tell you something. I can go to my settings right now and filter out any comment. It will never even hit my page. Any comment that says fraud, scam, big eyes, complaint, refund, I can automatically filter that out if I wanted to. I don't because I don't care. Y'all know me. If somebody puts something negative in my comments, I'm probably going to take a screenshot about it and we're going to talk about it. It don't faze me at all. But what I want you to understand is just because you go to somebody's page, YouTube comments, or whatever the case may be, and all you see are glowing accolades or compliments or, yeah, thank you, so-and-so, and you don't see anything negative, that does not mean that there's nothing negative that exists. Because when you're on the back end and you do this for real, I get a lot of those people's customers, clients who are unhappy, but their comments are getting filtered out, and now they want me to help them fix something that they never should have messed up in the first place. It was a huge misunderstanding, and it, in some cases, I'm starting to think it's on purpose, because People would rather believe a beautiful lie than the ugly truth. And I'm going to prove that to you. But most people would rather believe a beautiful lie than the ugly truth. You ever heard somebody say, if my man cheating, he just better cheat good and respectfully and make sure I don't find out. Come again, friend? Come again, friend? Okay, girl. Not me, girl. But this is why a lot of the truth channels don't get a lot of views. But a lot of the hype channels, you can do it. They can't do this to you. You're not supposed to be paying for nothing. You can tell them to shove it. You can go get a bag. You can ask them for how much ever money you want. Go to court, sue them for $1 million. What you think is worth. Those channels get more clicks, get more views, get more payments. They usually sell more products because it's about the money. But when it comes to work and people telling you stuff like, no, you need to study for a year or two. You need to join a mentorship. You need to look up case law. You need to actually understand some Latin, some legal terms. This is my little cheat sheet. You need to understand some Latin, some legal terms. You need to look up. People don't want to hear that. It's so much more sexy to be told, drop down below, get my template, right? Get my template for $100, $200. Some people are paying hundreds of dollars for a template. And I don't even understand that, because how can somebody tell your story better than you? If you want the template just for formatting, shoot, I go to Google Drive, Google Docs, and I get a Google Drive, a Google Doc template, and that's where I draft my letters. I just want to know how to make it look pretty from a formatting perspective, but the actual words, the codes, the situation, the timeline, the story, what happened, the violations, the compensation, all of that comes from me. There's no template that you can provide me to tell my situation and my story. So y'all don't even have to pay for that stuff that y'all are paying for. You really don't. But I understand why some people do. Some people are going to have to waste a lot of money before they really truly understand what I am saying. So right here it says they can't treat a payment as late unless the creditor has adopted reasonable procedures designed to ensure that each periodic statement, including the information required by this section, is mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days before the payment due date. Do y'all understand that? So if they don't mail you your statement 21 days before the due date, they cannot say that your payment is late. That's what this code says. It doesn't say you can't be marked as late. It says they have an obligation to do certain things before they can say, oh, you messed up. They can't mess up and then say you messed up. No, everybody got to have clean hands. Everybody. All right. Now, one thing that I talked about with the credit crushers, and I'm sharing this free tip with you guys, a lot of them did not know this. And I told them, I said, this is the reason why I tell y'all, get all of your statements off of electronic billing. Not electronic billing. Get all of your statements in paper form. Get them coming in the mail. Do not get an electronic statement sent to your email. Yes, it is convenient, but that convenience comes with a cost. And I did a private Zoom session with one of the credit crushers recently, and she said, Kim, it's such a difference with me getting my statements in the mail again, because I might not look at them for 30 minutes or it doesn't take long. But she said just that 2 to 3 minutes of opening it up and flipping it over on the side, front to back, and looking and making sure everything is okay. She said, I was not doing that every month for all of my credit cards. That's how she got the 30-day late last year. That is how she got the 30-day late, because she wasn't reviewing her statements and paying attention to stuff and checking the due dates and making sure that, and she had it set up on auto pay. It's just that times hit and something else came out of the account, and the auto pay for her credit card didn't go through. So had she been making sure, because she knew that due date, had she been making sure that it came out, remember, a 30-day late is just that. It's a 30-day late. It's not a 1-day late, a 10-day late, or a 20-day late. It's a 30-day late. So even if you miss the due date, you can still save that late payment from becoming a 30-day late. Okay? So if you pay it after the due date, but under 30 days, you're just going to have a late fee, but it will not be reported to your credit card, to your credit report as a 30-day late. Are we clear on that? Are we clear on that? The fourth day said, I would combat, I owe the debt. And that's perfectly fine, the fourth day. I have no problem with that. We're not so much touching on that right now. A lot of people don't know how to do that, though. And the problem that I'm having right now, again, is that I'm seeing a lot of people get their accounts shut down, get a lot of things that they don't want to happen because they're going about things the wrong way. You can do whatever you want to do, as long as you have researched how to properly do it. Because if you think anybody is just going to take your word for it and be like, oh, we sorry, you're right, we can't report late payments and take it off, you're a fool. You are a fool, not you, fourth day. But anybody else is a fool. They're going to call you. They're going to challenge you. You better be able to talk that talk like you walk that walk on that paper, on that pen. Right? So if you, and there are some people, there are so many levels to this, y'all. And there are some people that are able to do amazing things. But oftentimes those people have studied for many, 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 many years, and they've lost a lot of cases before they started to win. If you don't have that type of experience under your belt, do not think you're going to get the same results as them, because it's foolish. So I just really want you to learn to crawl before you walk. And fourth day, if you like, drop down in the comments and say, how would you attack owing the debt? Now, remember, guys, let's be clear on this. You should move with an open trade line that you want to stay open, totally different than you move with a closed trade line. Because that open one will close up on your butt. They will shut it down if they feel like you're a problem child. Now, I have had people, I know of colleagues who have enforced their consumer protection laws, gotten an open trade line shut down, and then reached out to the company, talked that talk because they had done enough research, talked about adverse action, and then got the closed trade line open back up. Is that the majority of people? No. No, it's not. The majority of people cannot do that. But he was very well versed in consumer laws, and he could. And the company knew when they spoke to him, they knew not to mess with him. And I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to take so much more than you just memorizing the 15 USC codes, because the majority of you guys are misreading the codes. You're conflating the codes. You're taking a little bit from the FDCPA, and you're trying to use this definition for that statute, and you, oh my gosh, you're mixing up every YouTuber you ever heard. You're making claims that are not really claims, because it's just crazy. So you got to sit down, you got to concentrate, you got to know what you're doing, you got to focus, and you got to take your time. I say it all the time, slow down to speed up. Now, let me share with you what I shared with the Credit Crushers. Not only do you want to take all of your bills off of electronic statements, but here's a handy, I'm happy y'all are here today. Most people do not watch my videos because I'm not sexy enough, and I'm not telling them what they want to hear, which is you can do whatever and nobody can touch you because it's your credit. And you decide what you get and all this stuff. Okay, all right. Y'all, go ahead. I want y'all to really, really think about that. Really, really think about that. We are talking about credit here, lending money, and all of this stuff has to do with probability and statistics. And you actually do it on your own. And you have certain friends that if they came to you and said, hey, can I borrow $100 and I'll pay you back on Friday? You immediately start like Rain Man, calculating in your head, what is the probability that this person is going to pay me back? What is the trust factor? They do have a good job. Yeah, they must be just in a bind, Nate, temporarily. Okay, boom, here's $100 because I know you got a good job at Amazon, making 6 figures. Something wants to happen. Here you go, girl. I know you paid me back before and you're going to pay me back again. But your other cousin, right, cousin TT, who works down at Bojangles, right, who wants $100 till next Friday, you like, nah. You just gonna be in a bind, Nate, because I done did the calculations in my head like Rain Man, and I know you ain't gonna pay me back. You ain't paid me back the last time. The banks are no different, y'all. The banks ain't no different. They looking at the numbers. They looking at the probability. That's why I say it's not just about your credit score. It's also about your income. If I had my pick, I'd rather have the money with a bad credit score because, yeah, I'm going to pay more, but at least I can still acquire the thing versus having a high credit score with no income because they still ain't going to approve you for nothing. And if you think you can go in there and be like, no, you can't discriminate against me, try it. Try it and see. Try it and see. If you think that somebody who's making $30,000 a year is entitled to the same car, the same house, the same everything as someone who's making $300,000 a year because you sat up on somebody's YouTube and sip Kool-Aid, try it and see. Then come back to me. I would love to interview you. Okay. So the other thing that I told the credit crushers about is informed delivery, because how do we prove that they did not send the statement within 21 days? Well, informed delivery is something, it's a service offered by the United States Postal Service. It's completely free. I am absolutely in love with it. I have informed delivery on multiple addresses. I have it on my P.O. box. I have it on multiple things. Multiple things, and it's completely free. So I don't have to be like, oh, let me go check the mail to see if such and such came. No, I get a report every single day saying what is about to come to my postal box with a picture of the incoming mail, right? So I know when to come down to the post office, and I know when not to. And you can do the same exact thing. So again, the credit crushers absolutely loved this tip. I decided to share it with you all. I hear nobody talking about it, but this is a way, completely free. Again, and it takes a few minutes. You can sign up for informed delivery, get a report coming to your email regularly. About what is about to come to your post, what is about to come in the mail to you, and again, it has a picture, a screenshot of it. I can't believe that service is free, but it is. So that is a way that you could prove, hey, you didn't send my statement within the required amount of time, and it's very, very handy. All right. Did y'all know about informed delivery? Tell me. We got some people on the line. Y'all are kind of quiet. I don't like that. Give me energy. If I'm giving you good information and you want me to stay on to keep giving you more, give me energy. All right. Did y'all know about informed delivery? Yes, no, maybe so. Drop it down below. All right. So that is that. Let me close this out. I don't want so many tabs. So that's that. Now let's go back. Let's go back to I wonder, y'all tell me something. Can y'all hear this? Let me see something here. Let me see. D King. Hold on one second before I play this. Hey, D King. I remember your gorgeous thumbnail picture. Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? I've been using informed delivery for about 7 years now. Okay, see, you on it. I should have known my viewers be on it. Faith Takes Risk said they did not know. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. I'm happy that you were here because now you're in the know. Okay. Annie Taylor said, I know about it. I have it for my business address. See, very, very smart. Muy inteligente, Annie. Y'all drink y'all water today? Hey, honey. Hey, T. So, I want you guys to tell me. I'm going to play this for a few seconds.
You know, the dispute letter, the complaint or whatever. I'll be glad to take a look at that. And let's see, Shannon and Stacy and Paul.
All right, tell me right quick before I play this whole entire thing. I don't want you guys to, I don't want to think I'm putting you guys on to something and you can't even hear the audio. Did y'all hear him talking just now? I know it's going to be a delay, but I'm going to wait because I don't want to be sitting up here looking stupid. Listening to something that you guys can't hear. Did y'all hear him talking just now when I played it for a few seconds? Yes, no, maybe so. Mm. Thank you, D King, and Faith Takes Risk. So this is how I know people really don't want the real. Because there are channels. John Watts, I talk about him all of the time. He is a consumer protection lawyer who has been doing this for over 20 years. He started in personal injury, then turned to consumer protection. He sues in the 11th district. My district is Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Drop your district, say your circuit, right? I'm 11th. And he's also in the 11th district, which is super duper helpful to me. He has been running his channel for 9 years, pumping out content of real world circumstances. A lot of these cases do not play out like you would think they should, or like they would. Okay, a lot of these cases are completely, the judge's opinion is in complete contradiction to what some of these consumer protection gurus are telling you on the internet, because they make it seem easy peasy breezy. But if you listen to somebody who does this in real life, every day in real life, filing FDCPA, FCRA cases in real life, you will see it's not so cut and dry. There are a lot of nuances and technicalities when it comes to doing things in court. We're not talking about arbitration here. We're talking about court. And I done seen some people get mollywopped in arbitration, right? I have. Y'all won't see it because arbitration is what? Private, closed. That's why the company likes it. However, I have paid for a seat at the table to, not only do I teach a mentorship, but I'm a student in a mentorship. I am a mentee. And behind those closed doors at the private tables, in the private rooms, we've actually been privy to some people who have lost arbitrations. We've been privy to some people who have lost arbitrations and contributed the decision so that we can dissect it and learn. This is stuff you won't see on YouTube. See, this is why I say, do your research, find a good group, become a part of that good group, and really put the work in. Okay? Because y'all will never see all of the unpopular stuff that happens where people are ordered within 30 days to pay tens, sometimes a yearly salary within 30 days because they were talking all this silly stuff. And the arbitrator was like, what you talking about? Pay the money. What is you talking about? That claim that defense doesn't even go with that claim. What are you talking about? So let's listen to what John Watts, and again, John been doing this, he's been cutting videos and talking about cases and great content since all his hair was black. Okay, that's how long John been doing this. But his channel has less than 25K subscribers. This is how I know people like an ugly lie over a pretty lie over the ugly truth, because he's giving you the ugly truth here, but everybody over on those other channels getting the pretty truth. Let me just stop saying that phrase since I'm messing it up and play the dang on video. All right, so listen to this.
Paulette and Gerard. So hey, and Blaine, Bruno asked, are late payments illegal? No, they're not illegal. Somebody horribly misread the FCRA, or they did.
No. Uh-oh.
Intentionally. And look, I can appreciate,
my bad, y'all,
that we can say outrageous stuff and, our videos can go viral and that type of stuff. But, there's this thing out there. It's like, no late payments are legal unless you give permission. If we just sort of think about it, it's absurd, right? Because nobody would give permission and there'd be nothing negative on credit reports, and credit reports would be basically worthless. So late payments are legal if the account is accurate, all the information is accurate, all the information is complete. So just kind of go through what we talked about today. Look at your own reports. What I would say for those of you that maybe are starting from scratch, Or if you've got, credit monitoring or something, like go today, go to annualcreditreport.com. You can also go to just Google Clarity Services and pull those real reports, save them to PDF, make a copy, and start working off that working copy, and just go through and say, I'm kind of confused about this, or I'm not sure about that, or let's revisit this. And that sort of stuff, I'm much more inclined to somebody says, hey, here's what I'm looking at, am I on the right track here, versus somebody that says, here's 27 PDFs. I want you to look through everything and, tell me in an hour, exactly how much I can sue for. And I'm like, you haven't even done any disputes, So the point of this is to empower you guys so that you can do this on your.
Okay, I think that's enough. I'm going to drop this in the link. You guys can click on that link down below and you can watch the whole entire video for yourself. Now, I saw a comment come in. Tell me, hey, Alicia, what is going on, sis? How you doing? I love that picture with the flower. I want to be one of those girls that puts a flower in her hair and just be like, I'm so dainty and feminine, but I'm not. I don't think it would hit the same with me, but I love it on you, Alicia. So my friend, why did you put the 3 with the boom? Can you tell me? I'm not good at codes and symbols. Why did you put the 3 with the boom? I think it's good, but I'd like to know what you mean. Now, I am currency 7 says something. I love this comment. I love this comment. So I am currency 7 said, I thought late payment was illegal if you are a consumer, as the consumer initiated a consumer credit transaction where the consumer extended their credit to the corporation. Yeah, I thought that too. When I first got into this realm, because I was like, because that was the thing that would have me eyes wide open, like, what? I got the power, right? But let me ask you this, I am currency 7. If that is the truth, why are we only extending ourselves $1,000 credit through Discover? If you really got the power like that, why can't you go to the corporation and be like, hold up. You only approved me for with $200 credit cards. Credit cards got a $200 limit. Now, let me ask you this. I am currency 7. If you could extend yourself credit, would you only extend yourself $200? Would you only extend yourself a $300 credit limit with a $99 annual fee? Because you got some people out here getting credit cards to rebuild their credit, and the limit is $300, but every single, like the minute they accept the offer, they're charged $99 for the annual fee. And then a year from now, they're going to be charged $99 again. Do you understand that immediately before the card even comes in the mail and you activate it, you're already at 33% utilization? Would you only extend yourself $300? Why not go for the guest though? What if you got the power, right? And you're just using the corporation as this middleman, and they got access to your treasury, and your social security is and all of this stuff. If all of this stuff is true, why not go for 3 million? Hell, make it 30 million, 300 million, make it $1 billion. Why not $1 trillion? The government, the U.S. already owes tons and tons of money. What's another $1 million? Right? You get $1 million, I get $1 million, we all get $1 million. And I'm not making fun of you. I am currency 7. I'm actually asking a legitimate question that I would like for someone to answer. And I'm going to share something with y'all too. Alicia said, great to be here, God's timing. Yay, I'm happy that you made it, because y'all know I won't be announcing nothing. Annie, you in the 12th? All right. Drop your district. Say your circuit. Everybody who just came on the live, drop your district, say your circuit. Annie is in the 12th. She's right by me. Annie's in Texas, right? Like I said, I'm in the 11th at the time that you asked about the district. Oh, you're in District 3. Okay. You're in District 3. Cool. I am so glad that you guys are looking up your districts, dropping your district, saying your circuit, right? That was a long time ago. So I thought you were saying it in reference to something else. But I want to go back to I am currency 7's thing thing. I dropped the link to John Watt's video. You can watch it at your leisure. There's a whole bunch of other stuff on there. And for you guys that have questions, he does a Q&A periodically. I would strongly encourage you to go on there and watch it and ask your question of, to a consumer protection lawyer who does this every day. Stop asking somebody on YouTube, and it's funny because I'm on YouTube, but I'm just saying, stop asking random people who have a nice background or a lot of marketing, or man, I keep seeing this girl or guy everywhere. Okay. A lot of people are making money in the consumer protection education space just because they're top of mind, but not because they do this all the time. John Watts does this all the time. And there are people, like I said, who are really getting in a lot of trouble because none of these consumer protection people, myself included, are going to court with you, right? They're not going to arbitration with you to say, well, I'm the one that taught them. So, if they lose, whatever they got to pay, I'll pay half, I got 5 on it. No, I ain't got nothing on it. That's why I tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And until I know differently, I won't say differently. So a lot of this stuff sounds real sexy in theory, but in real life, how many people do you know that this works for? That they call up the CEO and be like, now good and dang on well that I'm the consumer and I'm the one that is, I put you on it. You sitting in that chair because of me. You getting an extension of credit because of me. I'm the original creditor. So let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you how we doing this. How many of y'all out there acting like Pinky with the CEOs of these companies, right? You gonna take this late payment off right mother now? And as a matter of fact, increase my credit limit. Because that's how these consumer people. Hey, I am currency 7. I respect according to the law, banks are not lenders, banks are borrowers. So where did the credit originally generate from? I'm not here to answer that question. If that is what you would believe, if that's what you believe, I want you to tell me. Don't ask the questions. It is clear to me that you want to learn this stuff. It is clear to me that you have also been tapping into someone or some persons. Now, what I'm asking you is, because you're regurgitating sound bites that you've heard somebody else say, and you're asking me to justify someone else's words. Why would I do that? I submit to you that if that's what you believe and if that's what you have come to understand, don't ask me questions. And I don't have an attitude, by the way. Come on here and make statements. Then show me case law where that works for you. Show me case law where somebody went to court and said, you know what? Discover tripping. I'm the original creditor, judge. So you need to rule them for me. And the judge said, you're right. The consumer wins. Show that. Show me that. Don't ask me to explain something to you that somebody else taught you. That's not what I do over here. That's not what I do. And again, I'm not mad. Okay. But I like, see, what you are saying is what a lot of people are believing when they first get into the consumer law space, and they don't have the guts to say, because they're trying to be respectful of, you don't come into somebody's house and be like, your furniture ugly, right? So most people don't do a YouTube channel and be like, you wrong, but you are challenging me. I don't have a problem with that. But now, I'm let you know, if you come over here and challenge me, I got to challenge you. Because I'm showing you someone who does this every day and what they're saying. I showed you how people don't read the law in its completion. If you believe that late payments are illegal, man, drop that USC 7. Because I would love to know, because I got somebody right now who's been trying to get a late payment off for a year, and they have not been able to do it. So, and I would love to help her do that. So drop it. Let me know what you're working with. Okay? We are all here to help each other. Right? So let me go. I'm gonna pull up something quick because you just triggered something for me. Hold up. We them boys. Oh, are you learning something? Are you learning something? Because I want to know, what are these laws? John Davis said, I did not witness this, but someone else in my industry told me that someone came in. I'm the original creditor. Your job is to approve me, etc., etc. He called the cops and had her escorted out. Dawn. Christopher Hauser, he is great at talking this stuff. He went to jail. And he tells my jail, but it is very difficult to defend. I have heard of people saying that they got all this stuff for free and the laws don't apply to me and all this stuff. But when you ask them, they're like, study. And you're like, what? So if you're not telling me how, what, I'm back at square one. It is not enough for me to think that something can be done. Until I know how it can be done, what good is this theory? And I'm a single parent. I'm not in a position to be out here trying stuff out and being in jail. And now my son got to go, what? No. So here we go. Here we go. I found it. And I'm going to show y'all something else. And again, I ain't mad at you, right? Like Tupac, I ain't mad at you. But I'm going to show y'all this case, all right? Because John Davis just, and 7 I am currency 7 did too. Okay, so this is on the United States Attorney Office from the Central District of California. Sorry. But anyway, so guys, Hermosa Beach couple found guilty in tax scam and passing fraudulent financial instruments to pay off debts, right? So a federal judge, this was April 7th, 2017, not too long ago, but long before consumer protection stuff really picked up. I think it picked up big time around 2020, the pandemic era. But a federal judge this afternoon convicted an Hermosa Beach couple of a host of charges related to their participation in a scheme that filed fraudulent tax returns with the IRS, seeking millions of dollars in refunds, and used bogus financial instruments as a way to pay off debt, right? Sean David Morton, 58, and his wife, Melissa Ann Morton, 50, right? These ain't 20-year-old Instagrammers stuck in the gram. Each were convicted of 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, 2 counts each of filing false claims against the U.S., and various counts of passing false or fictitious financial instruments, specifically 26 counts against Sean Morton and 25 counts against Melissa. Man, these people in their 50s. On the 4th day of the trial, the jury heard closing arguments and deliberated for approximately 2 hours before issuing the guilty verdicts. That didn't take them long at all. Y'all saw Jury Duty on Amazon Prime? It was funny. The charges against the Mortons stem from their participation in a redemption, right? Redemption scheme, which is the most common scheme used across the nation by tax defiers and sovereign citizens. Proponents of the scheme falsely claim that the United States government controls bank accounts, often referred to as U.S. Treasury direct accounts, for U.S. citizens that can be accessed by submitting paperwork with state and federal authorities. Individuals promoting the scam frequently cite various discredited legal theories and may refer to the scheme as redemption or straw man. I myself have talked about the straw man. I did a book, Holding It Up. That was when I first found that book. I was not saying, hey, everybody. I was just telling you, hey, I found this book. I read it. It's interesting. It got me thinking about some things. And that was basically the gist of it. That was the gist of it. Now, they say this scheme, which repeatedly has been rejected by courts, predominantly uses fraudulent financial documents that appear to be legitimate. The defendants orchestrated a scheme that used bogus legal filings that sought to abuse the tax system and defraud the IRS out of millions of dollars. These fraudulent schemes are designed to do one thing: victimize others for profit. Sean and Melissa made multiple attempts to defraud the IRS and taxpaying public. Today's verdict reinforces our commitment to every American taxpayer, blah, 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 blah. Now, am I with taxes? I'm not going to get into that. Certain things I'm not going to say online for various reasons. IYK. But I'm telling y'all right now, this 1099 OID, do you know how many videos I've seen on that? People like, get in my university and I'll tell you about the 1099 OID. Okay. All right. They had income from various banking institutions reported on forms 1099 OID as part of the scheme. The Mortons falsely reported large withholdings and claimed they were owed refunds from the IRS. Okay. Now, here's the gotcha. You think that if you do, let's say you hear this and you get in somebody's university and you submit the forms and a check actually comes back to you. Sounds like it works. Ta-da, right? So the IRS actually issued a refund to Sean Morton for a 2008 income tax return in the amount of what? Almost $500,000. $480,323. On the same day, the refund was deposited to their joint bank account. The company took immediate steps to conceal the money. They were like, which included opening 2 new accounts, transferring When the IRS took steps to collect the erroneous refund, they began a campaign to thwart the government's collection efforts, specifically when the IRS placed a levy on the couple's joint bank account. Melissa sent letters to the IRS, falsely claiming it was her sole and separate account. The Mortons presented the IRS with various coupons and bonds. They created and submitted these documents. They created and submitted these bogus documents to the IRS, instructing the agency to draw upon funds with the United States Treasury to satisfy their debts. Hey, I got an account over there you can access. Go get the money from over there. But how, Sway? Here's how. And that's, y'all, I have seen, and if you've done this for long enough and you are serious about it, you should have seen too, people sitting in court saying, my landlord can't evict me. Now, are there cases where people have gotten evictions stalled, thwarted? Yes, there absolutely are. But this is primarily related to your geographic area. Eviction laws are different based on the place that you reside. So when you hear somebody say, yeah, my landlord tried to evict me and I was able to stop it, I went to court and they got it thrown out. Don't think you know the situation. That's not a license for you to stop paying your rent and then try to go to court. Just because somebody else did it doesn't mean that you can do it using the same logic that they used if you're not in the same place. Seriously, you don't know how they got it thrown out. So sometimes you guys are hearing stuff online and it's sounding real sexy, and then you try it, you're going to end up like the Mortons. Meanwhile, somebody else is free because you don't know enough about statutory law, county law, state law, well, state statutory, same thing, federal law. There's a difference. There's a difference in these different courts. There's a difference. Certain courts, you don't want to represent yourself. Certain courts, you definitely need to know the federal rules of what procedure and how to submit evidence and all that stuff. There's a difference. They have weaved a tangled web regarding the court system for a reason. A lot of our rights are being violated. But I'm telling y'all, if you think you can watch a YouTube video or two and go get in somebody's university, and I'm really putting you on notice and warning you, if you watch somebody and all they tell you is the good stuff, they never tell you the bad, that's a problem. That's a clue. That's a clue. So this right here, I've noticed the numbers have gone down. The numbers usually go down when I don't say what people want to hear. I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly. I've never been the popular girl. Popularity is not my goal here. I'm into people getting it right. So, and sometimes the process is not pretty. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. Now, what we gonna do, we're going to go on over here again. Good old John Watts. And I'm going to let y'all watch something else. Again, it's not sexy, but it's the truth. By somebody who does this every day. Okay? Drop this. For those of you who want to reference this or read this more and dig in, you can look up case law on Google Scholar. Okay? Looking up case law is not safe. Okay? So I advise you to do it. So if you're watching live, it is in the live chat. I dropped the link so that you can look up that case and read it on your own if you like to. Oh my gosh, I got too many tabs open, too much going on. I'm going to try my best to close out stuff. And y'all, close this out, close that out. I got to get on the road for real. Okay, so hopefully y'all can hear this. Let's look at what John Watt has to say. 1681A, that's the definition section. So he actually went through the definitions in the FCRA. This is a really 15-minute.
All right, so here's one that I know seems to trip up a lot of people, and it's kind of become this urban myth or legend here. And I want to address this. And if you want more information, I can show you some case law that explains this. But look, here's the deal. These are not consumer reports. All right. So it's giving us an exclusion. If we back up one, it's a consumer exclusion. A report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer, remember what's a consumer, that's the individual, and the person making the report. All right, so let's think about this. Here's what a lot of people think. They go, oh, see, this means that no creditor or furnisher, because they provide or furnish information to the credit bureau, no furnisher can report me as being late because this says it's illegal. That's completely wrong. All this is saying is if between you and another company, and what's being reported is solely your transactions or experiences, that is not a credit report. Now think about it. If Bank of America, if I have a credit card with Bank of America and they keep track of when I'm late, well, that report right there is not a consumer report. Now, if they report it to Equifax, that's different. And a lot of people get confused. I get probably once a day somebody come to me saying, well, it's illegal to report information solely as transactions or experiences. It's like, no, this is just saying when it's between you and the company, not a report. In other words, that does not meet this definition because it's excluded here. So again, we're not going to spend more time on this in this video, but if you're interested in this, I'll show you, what the courts say about this. All right. So what's a consumer reporting agency? If you sort of keep track here, we're talked about what's a consumer report, an exclusion, what's not a consumer report. Well, what's a consumer reporting agency? Also, we often call this a credit reporting agent. The technical name here, consumer reporting agency. So regularly engaging in whole or in part in the practice of, we've got assembling, evaluating, or other information. Why? For the purpose of furnishing consumer reports to third parties. So if we're trying to say some company is a consumer reporting agency, the purpose of them assembling or evaluating.
I think that's enough. So, guys, you can't get into without understanding the definitions. And oh no, currency 7. You said I thought you were the teacher respectfully. Thank you for putting that respectfully, because I'm not being combative with you, but I'm not a teacher. I don't think of it like that. I'm just up here I'm a sharer. I'm sharing information. And what I'm telling you is, like, I'll do a video and I'll say delete all of your erroneous demographic information, because it opens you up to the possibility of having your file mixed merged, and that could lead to identity theft. It also is a way for very, very old debt buyers to verify you, because they don't use your social security number. They use PIs, which are personal identifiers. A lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that until I really started getting into the nitty gritty of the stuff. And then the third reason why you want to delete it is because there is a law that they can send the dunning letter to any address that is on the credit file, even if it's your old college address from 20 years ago, and that still counts as them having fulfilled their legal obligation to put you on notice, but you'll never get that letter because you haven't lived there for 20 years. Like, there's so many reasons why I can do a whole video and say here's why you should delete all your old demographic information. And I will still have somebody say, and I don't have an attitude, but I'm just trying to explain to you why I responded to you the way I did. I will still have somebody in the comments say, well, I was on somebody else's video and they said you don't have to. I mean, what you want me to say? I'm not going to change my stance. I'm not going to change my stance. The great thing about the internet is anybody can have a YouTube channel and they can say whatever. The bad thing about the internet is that anybody can open up a YouTube channel and they can say whatever. I'm just telling you that over here, when I say something, I'm not going to change my stance. And if you say something, I respect it. I respect your right to say whatever you want to say in the comments. However, I want you to back that thing on up. Because I know, and those who have been on my channel before will tell you, I don't just be pulling stuff out of the air. I usually will say something and then I'll say, here's where I found it. So I just want you to do the same. Because I'm tired of people coming in my inbox, which don't come in my inbox, y'all. It'll get you nothing. I'll read it, but I won't respond because I can't. I don't work for free. So yeah, and I have like a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I'll read it. But I'm just seeing way too many people nowadays getting hemmed up, getting put in even worse positions than they were originally, simply because they believed something that really was too good to be true. And oftentimes they never had proof, ironclad proof, that what the person was saying was true. Even if that person said it worked for me, when they asked the person how, they never got a concrete answer. So they were directed to laws, again, as you can see here, that were partially read, misread, misinterpreted. And there's not any case law. Okay, I am currency 7. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go visit my grandmother. So I'm not, you're saying US code 12. Would you like to come on and read it and tell me? Because where I get frustrated is people will be like, CFR, USC, UCC. You can put the whole alphabet there. I am not making fun of you. But I don't want people dropping a bunch of laws and then saying, this is what it means to me. I want you, show me a case law. Let's do this. I think a more productive, if you can do this before I leave to go visit with my grandmother, if you can show me case law that cites this USC code that said to where somebody, a consumer, went to the court and said, I'm pulling a case against this and that bank because they didn't do what I wanted to do, and I'm the consumer. Show enough. right? I'm sure enough up in this piece, right? And they're going to do what I say. They're going to extend my credit. They're going to do everything that coach. Show me the case law. Show me the precedents that has already been set to where a judge said, yeah, the bank is wrong. You're right. Don't show me the law, because a lot of these laws don't even have a private right of action to where they're enforceable. That's where a lot of people are getting hemmed up, because they're going to court, they're going to arbitration, they're citing USCs, and there's no private right of action. There's no claim. They don't have the elements to the claim. They haven't prepared for the defenses to the claim, and they ultimately lose. And these are the things that people are not talking about on the internet. So what I'm simply telling to you is that I've seen tons of laws since I've been studying this in many, many years. I don't care about the law. Show me the case law that validates that the law is interpreted correctly as you understood it. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm only saying that because it's a more productive use of time. Two people can read the same thing and read it totally different. Right? So I don't, if somebody wants to read that, and if there is a case law, I'm definitely going to come back to this video a little bit later and see if case law was ever dropped. If a court judgment has ever come out, if a decision has ever made that validates what you say about 12 U.S. Code 14, Section 1431. I want to know. Because if I'm wrong, man, I need to go on my channel and be like, man, thank you, I am Currency 7 for correcting me. I will be the first one to come on my channel and be like, hey, everybody, I got it so wrong. And look, we all about to cash in because we can use this case law as a precedent to go get what we deserve. There is nothing more that I would love than that. Please, if you know me in real life, you know I'm telling the truth. I ain't got no problem admitting if I'm wrong. If I'm really wrong, I'm not going to be wrong and strong. But I'm also not going to dance and pussyfoot around the truth. I ain't going to play no games with people. Because people can really go to jail. People can really have judgments put against them and garnishment. Like, you can go from 0 to 100. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, let me stop doing this. I suggest you guys buckle on you, and all they're doing is pulling up the laws, interpreting them the way that sounds good, and then selling you a bunch of templates or a university or this or that. And yes, I do have a mentorship. It's reasonably priced, and it is for what I see as a deficit in a lot of people understanding things. There are certain things I will not talk about on YouTube for various reasons. So the mentorship is a closed private space where I can help people. And this next wave will be the only wave where I still do the private one-on-one sessions with people. I originally said that each mentee would get one hour private one-on-one session with me on Zoom so that we can look at their individual reports and kind of dig down deep in some things. But that has exploded. There are some people that, some of the sessions have gone 2 and 3 hours. And some mentees have had multiple sessions. I don't have a problem with, because I could have said no, but I didn't. But of course, as I get more and more people, me being one person, I can't continue to do that. So going forward, this session will be the last session where there's a private one-on-one section on it. And let me just show you right quick, because I got to get out of here. The sun is about to set, and got to get over the granny and still get back home to get the little one in bed for school. So let me just show you, if you want to be a part of the next Credit Crushers mentorship, it's probably going to be the only one before the price increase too. So, because it's been sitting at this price now for a while, all you have to do is go over to hellocamille.com. Go to hellocamille.com. You'll see this listing right here. And this is only if you want to work with me privately. If you found value in what I shared today, if I helped you with some things that you were struggling with, and if you like the proof that I showed, the tips that I shared, then you go over to hellocamille.com. There's way more in the Credit Crushers Mentorship. You fill out the mentorship form for me to see if we're a good fit. Because again, if you want to learn about being a sovereign citizen, I'm not the person for you. I haven't done that. I actually have no interest in doing that. So right now I have no interest in doing that, because what I'm doing is more than enough. So I have a 4-week mentorship, Wednesdays at 8 for 1 hour for the presentation, 1 hour for the Q&A usually is what we budget for. We often go over, and this next session will be the last time that I'll give you a private Zoom session where we dig into your personal situation, things that you have that need to be cleaned up. For many people in the mentorship, they've never looked at their credit report, or they haven't looked in a long time because they knew it was bad and they've just been putting their head in the sand. I totally get it. I've done it before. But it's interesting because oftentimes what will happen is some people will miss things on their credit report that, another pair of eyes, especially mine, okay, will catch. I'll say to them, do you see how the payment history right here is not matching the payment summary? And they'll be like, I didn't even see that. Because sometimes these 40, 50 pages, they're so overwhelming, your eyes cross and you just shut the computer down and go watch reality TV. Because that's a lot easier on the brain than looking at all of the mistakes that you've made and trying to dissect it. And also Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they use different ways of formatting the report. So you really have to do this enough times to even know what you are looking at. Because once you get it on this report, now you go to the next one and you're like, wait a minute, this is not like that one. No, it's not. So, it's designed to be confusing. It's designed to be overwhelming. And a lot of people are finding it helpful to have me go through it with them. But I am not for everyone. I am not. So you fill out the form. I'll see if we're a good fit based on what your goals are and based on what I know the curriculum is, and then we'll go from there. And that is that. Y'all, I really got to go. But I'm happy that we were able to have this discussion. I appreciate everybody for showing up, dropping in their district, saying their circuit. What's going on, Jay? Oh, you would like this one, little bro. You would like this one, okay? See, this is somebody who's really doing the dang on thing. This is someone who really takes it seriously. And Jay, you got to go back and watch this replay when you have time, Jay, and let me know what you think. But I am currency 7. I appreciate you for coming on, because you said what a lot of people are thinking, and I know exactly how you feel. You think I don't? I know exactly, because when I first found this stuff, I was tapping into some things. I was getting super duper souped up. I was like, oh yeah, me and my son about to be. But I don't know when you came into this live, but if you go back and watch the part that you missed and take it in its entirety and you really listen to me, hopefully you can hear my heart and hear where I'm coming from. Because many of y'all are new to this. You don't get the messages that I get of people who are panicking because they're in some deep, deep doo-doo right now. Because they listened to the wrong person, misinterpreted the law, moved too quickly, didn't know what they were talking about. And I'm telling y'all, go to court and go to arbitration and say certain trigger words and certain trigger phrases that let them know that you've been tapping into the wrong people, and not be able to defend to the T what you're saying, and watch what happens to you. Watch what happens to you. I don't want it to. That's why I did this live. Okay? So, that's all I got to say. Ain't got to say no more. I'm going to go visit with the fam, and I will talk to y'all later. Drop down below. Drop your district. Say your circuit. Let me know what you like. Bet you'll watch it over, Jay. Good. I want to know your thoughts. because this was interesting. This was an interesting conversation right here, boy. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Again, I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, step on anybody's toes. Definitely not trying to be rude to anyone, but I am adamant because I don't want y'all to get in trouble. Okay? That's where my tone comes from. That's where my facial expression comes from. I really don't want y'all to get in trouble. It's not worth it. All right? Do they have a right to violate you? No. But unless you can articulate the violation and you have a private right of action against it and you can do certain things, you can't just roll up in court and be like, give me my money. I'm the HR. No, don't do that. Okay. You're not sure enough. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.